Talk me through it, Liam. What's going on?
Well, I must say we've had a speech from Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves today, lots of other things going on at the Labour conference, but the whole conference has been dominated by the currency markets, the sense that the pound is going into a crisis. Actually, the pound went from about $1.09 to $1.09 to 1.03, as you said, on overnight markets. Since then, it's recovered, but it's only recovered, Lawrence, after a statement from the Bank of England reiterating it was prepared to raise interest rates as much as it needed to rein in inflation, and also a statement from the Treasury saying that Kwasi Kwarteng, the new Chancellor, will make efforts to explain his fiscal strategy and lay out how those tax cuts are going to work in terms of keeping the public finances on track. But he said that he wouldn't do that until the 23rd of November, Lawrence. So the Treasury is trying to convey it isn't spooked by these currency movements. I have to say, there are concerns. If the pound falls, then all our imports are more expensive, particularly our imports of energy and oil. We import a lot of oil, which is priced in dollars. So these aren't just parlour games and movements on financial markets that are distant. If the pound actually plunges and goes below $1 to £1, that will inject inflation into the UK economy. That will tighten this cost of living squeeze for all of us here in the UK.
I obviously, as I said to you, I was in Maths Set 8. I have no idea. But you were telling me the other day that it was looking good what Kwasi Kwarteng's done. But if England has no, we are not the reserve currency, anything could happen. Is that possible?
I think the initial market reaction to Kwasi Kwarteng's tax cuts was pretty positive. And then sentiment changed over the weekend as the currency markets traders delved into the detail. But be in absolutely no doubt, there's a battle going on here, a kind of ideological battle about what the future of the UK economy is going to be. You've got a new Prime Minister, a new Chancellor. They want to move to a lower tax economy, which they think will grow faster with less regulation. And then you've got other people, a more kind of establishment, some would call it a Treasury view, who think moving onto that higher growth path is reckless and takes too many risks with our public finances. It may be that the Prime Minister and the Chancellor can get through this. It may be that the pound stabilises. Certainly they haven't done an emergency rate rise today, which a lot of currency traders were calling for. That emergency rate rise would mean that there's more reasons to buy sterling. You get a better return on sterling, but that may yet happen. All that is in the balance. What I would say, Lawrence, is when you look at the financial markets, they're now priced in much higher interest rates going forward than there were just a few days ago. The Bank of England's main interest rate is currently at 2.25%, 2.25%. But the financial markets are pricing in that same Bank of England base rate around 6% by the middle of next year. If you took out a mortgage when interest rates were very, very low, as they were until just a few months ago, and then you have to remortgage because the fixed rate comes to an end at 6%, that's going to cause a lot of problems for a lot of ordinary people. And that's another reason why we all have to keep an eye on what's happening on these financial markets, these currency markets, because unless the government can stabilise the situation, then that will impose a lot of pain, unfortunately, on a lot of ordinary households.